Yeah, so over the last week. So this has been a really long and complicated saga over the course of August. We started working on these amendments around August 1st, and I was the map maker, the cartographer, and my planning manager and my bureau chief were the authors of like the text portions of the amendments. So we were essentially spoon-fed map and text edits from the governor's office. They kind of bounced back and forth over the course of or the first couple of weeks of August, until we had got to the point where we had finalized the maps and the text. And around August 14th or so, or actually August 13th, it got to the point where we were operating in secrecy this whole time. So I got tired of that, or I got very upset with those circumstances, and I called one of my coworkers and let him know that we're building all of these amendments in the folders. You need to go take a look at them. So that was kind of like an internal, like sounding the alarm of like what's going on. So this was about 2 weeks into the process. Um, After that internal notification there, the next day we pivoted, and this was either the next day or the day after, and there was a decision made somewhere within leadership that we were going to schedule all 8 public meetings for these amendments, and on basically one day, and they were going to be 1 hour for each meeting, and we were not going to be answering any questions. We were going to be pressing play on some pre-recorded PowerPoints, and then we're going to have a hard stop at 4 o'clock and try to get out of it. So all these meetings were scheduled for August 27th. They're all supposed to happen basically at the same time, minus the couple of meetings in the Panhandle, which were going to happen 1 hour later. And at this point, it had started to trickle out to the public, and the internal staff were starting to talk about this. And we started to become concerned that these amendments or these proposals and these maps and these amendment text that we had written were going to cause a lot of public outrage. So we started to feel concerned about our personal safety going and facilitating these meetings. So I got to the point where I decided that this needs to be made public, that we're working on this. So I put all of these documents and then like a supporting Word document that kind of explains the background of like where all this came from and what we've been dealing with for the last couple of weeks. And I disseminated that. The next day, I believe it was in the Tampa Bay Times, like it was that golf courses and 350-room giant hotels were going to be planned, and it just kind of like blew up from there.